Rituals in RimWorld can be absolute game changers when used correctly, so today I'm going to share 10 tips for how to best use rituals to your advantage. This video will cover rituals from both the Ideology and Anomaly DLCs, and one from the Royalty DLC. Tip number 1. The Skylantern Festival is probably the best ritual in Ideology. The only requirements are 4 wood per pawn, and that it takes place in an unroofed area. Because the requirements are so low, this ritual has a high chance for a positive outcome, meaning this is a great way to boost your colonist mood and to trigger whatever bonus you chose to include. I personally prefer to discover Ancient Complex to get more Luciferium and the occasional Hyperweave. You should spam this ritual every time it's off cooldown, unless your colony is struggling with wood. Tip number 2. Drum parties are another great ritual with low requirements. You'll need to save a tribal Ideologian to use this with non-tribal starts, otherwise you'll only have the option for the dance party. Drum and dance parties both have the same success benefits, which is in addition to mood, they can also increase global work speed by 20%. But drum parties are superior for the following reasons. They don't require components to build, just wood and textiles. Dance party items require power. Colonists gain recreation while using the drum during the ritual, and can actually use the drum for music recreation outside of the ritual. Tip number 3. The Cannibal Feast is another great ritual with some extra benefits. The requirements are a bit steep, as you'll need to have the cannibal meme, but this will allow you to construct the cannibal platter. And in addition to the standard ritual benefits, the platter will feed all participating colonists during the ritual. The platter itself has an additional use, which is that it allows you to preserve human meat without refrigeration. You can build a ton of these and deconstruct them to refund some of the meat whenever it's needed. Or you can forbid construction after the resources are delivered, allowing for a full refund when cancelled. Tip number 4. Let's switch over to the Anomaly rituals, starting with draw animals. At low ritual strength, draw animals will call in a herd of Manhunters. The strength of the Manhunters will scale with your current threat level. It takes 4 hours to complete the ritual, and another 1.5 hours for the animals to arrive, which makes this ritual a less than ideal choice for defending against raiders. But you can use this for quests when you know raiders are coming, or against mech clusters, or to give your colony a temporary protective shield if you need some time to recover after a fight. Tip number 5. Draw Shamblers isn't a very useful ritual, but it does have one benefit, which is that there's about a 30% chance for a shard to drop, regardless of the ritual quality. A lower quality ritual generates fewer Shamblers, which in turn makes for a low-risk way to acquire shards. If the Shamblers can't find anything to attack after a few days, they will wander off the map and take the shard with them. You'll need to either kill the Shamblers first, or give them a distraction to keep them on the map. To help soften up the Shamblers, you can perform the Draw Animals ritual to call in Manhunters. If the Manhunters are too far from the Shamblers, you can use a zonable animal to lure the Shamblers into the Manhunters. Manhunters do not typically attack colony animals. You can also use a zonable animal to lure the Shamblers into a mech cluster. Animals won't trigger alarms, but Shamblers will. The big takeaway for this ritual is that you have a way to acquire some shards, which is important for our next tip. Tip number 6. The 𝗥𝖒𝗪𝗐𝗪 ritual has a short 5-day cooldown and only costs a single shard to perform, which means you can perform this ritual every time you have a spare shard. That is, assuming you have prisoners to target the ritual on. Using a single invoker and just a single shard beacon, you can expect to gain around 10,000 XP from a prisoner with a level 10 skill, with higher skill levels yielding more XP. You can, of course, boost the ritual quality for even higher XP gains, but in my opinion, 10,000 XP is enough to justify the shard cost. Tip number 7. Chronophagy is another ritual with a short 5-day cooldown, but the 20 bioferrite cost is high enough to prevent spamming this ritual. Performing this ritual with just an invoker will remove some or all of your invoker's scars, which is great for getting rid of scars impacting manipulation, movement speed, or just causing pain. At this quality, the ritual will de-age your invoker by 4 years. This effect in particular is useful alongside the transhumanist meme, which allows you to prevent harmful aging without wasting resources on building biosculpters for everyone. Tip number 8. Be warned, this next tip is very cheesy. You can enslave a single tribal and set them to meditate for 16 hours a day. Build a structure around the anima tree just like this with a held open door. Don't forget to unroof the anima tree and all the space around it. Build a comfy chair, table, and nutrient paste dispenser, and zone your slave to only stand on the chair and access the dispenser. Place a couple of skull spikes to increase their terror, and a couple of sculptures to increase beauty and impressiveness. The slave will receive comfort from the chair while they meditate, eat, and even sleep. With this setup, the slave by itself can grow 1.5 anima grass per day, even with meditation penalties. This will yield a new Skylink level roughly every 13 days, without impacting the productivity of your colony. And that's all the RimWorld ritual tips I have for today. If you have any cool tips or tricks you'd like to share about rituals, feel free to leave them in a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, and maybe check out my other RimWorld content. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.